Hi everybody, how y'all doing today? And welcome back to my channel. Today is segment 3 of Ron Questions and Answers. Alright, I got 6 top good questions here that you might want to know what's been going on, etc. And what's going to be basically going on with my channel. Alrighty, let's get into it. I'm not going to bore you, but let's do this. Alrighty, question number 1 is, how do I feel about expensive PCs? Well, expensive PCs are in now. To me, I think they're more mediocre because you don't need to go ahead on and spend a lot of money to go ahead on and build you a nice, good performance PC that go ahead and handle the needs of what you needed to do day in, day out. If you're a gamer, you can go ahead and spend no more than about 1,500, but with all the components are a little more expensive now. PC building is coming to be a little more precocious with these high-end builds. So now, basic builds be running from the range of 2,500 all the way to about $12,000 to $20,000, which don't make no sense. But a lot of people are building these a lot of expensive rigs now. When I watch them on YouTube, I'll go ahead on and basically don't watch them because I already know what the parts are, how much they cost, and on my end of the basic, you don't need that much spending money just to go ahead and get the good performance you need out your system. If you're a gamer and if you're a live streamer, your base gaming, streaming and gaming PC and GPU are a little expensive. You need to be on 8 cores to 16 threads or 12 cores to 24 threads. That's your Ryzen 7 and your Ryzen 9. Now, certain Ryzen 5 CPUs will handle live streaming and gaming for you. Like if you want to build a basic gaming rig using the RTX 3060 or the RTX 3070 8GB, or you want to go ahead and go a little lower, you want to play like maybe 1 or 2 of your best games, you could go with the GTX 1050 Ti or the GTX GeForce 1660 Super, just for basic 1080p. Now a lot of us still play our games at 1080p, so we don't really care too much about the 4K monitors or the 4K gaming, etc. like that. We just go ahead and worry about playing our games at its best and enjoy the performance of the systems we built. Alrighty, question 2. Are gaming consoles better than gaming PCs? And are they selling more than gaming PCs? Absolutely. Because gaming consoles are more cheaper than the gaming PC. Now, on the gaming console end, the PS5, the regular console is $499. The digital is $399 on the PS5. Now, if you want to go to the PS4 and you want to play your 1080p gaming at its best, then that console is $369.99. Now on the Xbox side, you got the Series S, which is $299.99, and you got the Series X, which is $499.99. Now on the PC gaming end, your basic 1080p can range you from the range of $800 all the way up to $1,500. Now I'm just talking about basic 1080p. Now if you want to go to 4K, you're looking at from $2,500 to $6,000. All depends on what you put into those 4K gaming rigs. If you're going more high end, if you're going more custom cooling, then those parts will be cost expensive and not budget friendly. But if you stick it on the low basic end, such as the $800 to $1,500, it all depends on the GPU. If you could go ahead and get it used GPU, which those prices are coming down. Like me, for my basic gaming, I just stick with a 4GB or 2GB that fits my needs. But yes, PC gaming PCs are expensive. So like I said, they run from the range from $800 all the way to $1,500, and your consoles run from the range from $299 all the way to $500. So this is why a lot of consoles are being sold in today's market, 2022 era. Now probably 2023, because we might have another gaming console coming out soon, but we'll see. Question number 3. Is PC building coming to an end? Basically, Yes, some of y'all may say no, because when we used to build our PC, you used to pick your parts, build it, you excited with what you put together and everything, and you just say, yes, I love it, whether you building your entertainment console or you just building your entertainment gaming rig for basic stuff or whatever, or just a regular basic use. The reason why I say that PC building is coming to an end, because we used to build our systems for fun. Now PC building has become more of a competition where who could build the better PC rig. You know, all these high-end parts, $5,000 gaming rig, or $5,000 live streaming console, or $12,000. And you know, once high-end builders and high-end content creators that building these high-end systems, once you send that to the marketing team of AMD and Intel, and you know, with your PCBs makers such as ASUS, ASRock, MSI, Gigabyte, they say, hey, well, shit, let's do this. You know, let's raise the bar. And yes, and by the bar being raised and a lot of the content creators copying each other, oh, this case gets sunned out, I'm gonna build into it. And then somebody say, oh, I could do it better, and I could do it way better than you. It becomes more mediocre-ish, and it's no fun into game building PCs no more. Whether you building a basic PC, a basic gaming PC, or you building a more of a high-end system for your production needs. PC building used to be fun. Now PC building is more mediocre because the components are too high. Two, it becomes more of a competition who could build a better PC. And three, everything is all fanboy hype. So yes, my opinion, PC building is coming to an end. Now y'all can post your comments on that question there, and tell me what you feel about the question that I said about is PC building coming to an end, and how you feel about it. Is it coming to an end or is it not? Y'all can post your comments in the segment in the comment section below, and I would love to hear from y'all on that. Question number 4. Y'all know I love doing price lists, but no build and no benchmarks. How come? Well, basically, when you look at the price list I'm putting up, as well as the CPUs, etc., you could go ahead on and type in the CPU, and you could go ahead on and get all types of benchmarks on that CPU I'm using, whether I'm using a low-end CPU or whether I'm using a high-end CPU. If I pick this build out, if I'm using a Ryzen 5 3600, or if I'm using an A10 6500, those benchmarks are there. Now, if I do it, it just basically, I'm adding another video when there's a whole lot of videos up there for y'all to go ahead and look at. It's like I'll be copying that video style and rewording it in my style, just to go ahead and get views and likes off this and that. So that's one reason why y'all don't see no benchmarks and no builds using the price list I put together for beginners, as well as builders, new builders that's coming in building their systems. Just like I said, the benchmark videos are there. I will be putting those links in the video below when I do a price list, so you can go ahead and click on that video. You know, give the content creator who did the benchmarks of the components I'm putting in the video, he gets the views. If you like his channel, he gets like, basically it's just more support. So that's one reason why I don't do benchmark videos and build videos, because there's so many of them out there using the parts that I'm putting into a price list. That's how I do my price list. I look at the parts that's there, and then I try to come up with a price list that works with your pockets, a budget really. So you don't sit down here and be building mediocre systems that just don't make no sense to functionality. You know, I did this, spent $6,000 for this. Was it worth it? When you walk out the store, all the parts are gonna start depreciating value. So that's one reason why I don't do no build or any benchmarks, because There are tons of videos out there on the parts that I pick. And the parts that I do pick, I will recommend it to you, but every time I do that, somebody always want to go ahead on and send a negative statement. Oh, well, this PC case don't have this, that. Now, you got to keep in mind, I'm a basic builder. Now, back when I built my system in the late 1990s as well as the early 2000s, we only had those the mediocre aluminum air coolers that you had to buy separate if you was building a PGA socket 370 or a PGA socket 462 or 478, etc. So with that there, we ain't had too much to choose from, and with everything all upgraded technology and our techware has upgraded, we got more to choose from. So to sit down here and waste money to go buy the parts, I'm not gonna be using it on that perspective. That's why I do the price list for newcomers. If you like the video, give me the like. If you like the parts, click on the video links. Some of them be on sale, so I prefer for y'all to go on sale. But when we have a Micro Center out, everybody can go ahead on and get their parts from Micro Center. They're always constantly having sales. Now, y'all notice I got my cuboid right in the back of me. Let me go ahead and slide out there. Got my cuboid right there in the back of me. Everybody been noticing, why did I bring it back? Okay, why did I bring my cuboid built back? Because I brought that case in 2019. That was my first case that I paid $52.88 for. Then it came with the blue fan. It had 140 up front and it had a 120 blue fan in the back LED. I went ahead on and constantly made some upgrades to it when I added the RGB field to it, which I brought the 200mm fan for a Cool Moon. It was a Cool Moon 200mm fan for $19.57, and I went ahead on and brought the Cool Moon 3-pack Sunshine RGB fans for $41.94 in 2021. Now, if you add all that up, $52.88, $19.57, and $41.94, that brings me a total of $114.39. And for me to sit down here, just put it back in the box and throw it back in the closet, it really kind of like hurting me because I don't demoralize any parts. So, and two, if you look in the back of me, this is the first case that I did my presentation one day. It's acrylic. I don't mind it. But this is my first case presentation, and it just got massive airflow. And that's the main thing I believe in all cases. It should have airflow. If you got the little cutouts on the side, like gets a little air in, it's okay. But if you ain't got no airflow, no mesh front panels, and you ain't got no side air vents on it, then that's more of a hot box. And this is one of the reasons why when I picked all my parts out, because when I brought that case, I was using the ASRock AM2 Plus motherboard. And it did great for me until I said, hey, you know what? I want to get into doing some content creating, basic, simple videos where I just get it straight to the point and just be done with it. I needed something that's not going to overheat up. So I just said, you know what? Let me just start upgrading my system slowly but surely, and I did that already. So that's one reason why I brought the cuboid build back. Now the do-it-yourself Solo T2 is my entertainment rig in the bedroom that holds on and doing everything that I like it to do. And when I'm in the room, when I listen to me some Spotify or watching my Hulu or Netflix at 1080p or 720p, just like I said, I'm old school. I don't believe in those 1440p monitors. I do have a 4K television, or if I'm in the living room, my entertainment rig for that works well. With that is on the Intel 775 Q9550 4-core 4-thread with the GTX GeForce 1060 3GB, and that card handles that 4K television by Scepter perfectly, and it's on 16GB of DDR3 1333 megahertz, which is the speed is perfect for me. I could even a little higher with 1600 megahertz, but for what it does, and if I want, just like I said, when I'm doing my downtime, and I'm not content creating, when I want to go ahead and be at peace, clear my head, listen to me some music, engage into some conversation with my wife, my grandson, and my youngest daughter, then I can do that. Because that's what I built, that system for. I built it based upon my preference. Now, content creator, high end, doing movies and doing commercial for, no, I don't do that. I don't have the space for that. And that's one reason why I brought the do-it-yourself massive airflow. And just like I said, when I put it in the closet, I kind of like hurt it. It kind of hurted me because what was the purpose of buying it if you're not going to constantly using it? Now, I know a lot of y'all change cases constantly. I don't, because I got to go buy it. And when I sat down and took the time out and looked at all the cases from iWin, Fantex, Corsair, etc., from the high-end price range to the low-end price range. And like I said, I don't spend no more than $60 on my case. So I'm in between $39.99 to $59.99. Now, if it's like $62 or $65.99, then I'll push the ball a little bit, but sitting down here spending a $599 case or a $1,250 case, that is not for me. I'm not into those cases. And this is one reason why I brought my do-it-yourself Q-Boy back, because that case means a whole lot to me. And that was, just like I said, that was my first presentation built using the AM2 motherboard. Back in, when I brought the case in 2019, I did the build. I ain't had the equipment then, but I did the build and I was happy with it. And I loved it. Now, what plans do I have for my channel? That's the last question. Is what plans do I have for my channel? Well, basically, I'm still gonna be talking about my sports, because the football season is coming back up. With basketball and all the other sports like baseball, it's just too much to handle. You gotta be in all day in, day out, day in, day out. You know, monitoring, tracking scores, and breezing down the internet heavy. That's a little too much for me. That's why I chose football, because you get 16 to 17 seasons, plus the bye seasons, the playoffs, and the championship, the world title. I can handle that better than I can handle basketball and baseball, because it's too much. I'm planning on doing a couple of short films. Now keep in mind, I am only the cameraman. I'm doing the best that I can with my camera skills. It may not be the best, but it's simple, it's easy, and it's basic. And that's just the way I like everything: simple, easy, functional, and basic, for me to go ahead and do what I can do to the basic knowledge that I have it in, so I can go ahead on in and get things processed and done. Just like I said, short films. I still will be talking about tech. If a new motherboard come out, if a new graphic card come out, I'm gonna use Newegg as my informational page. So anything flows off there, I will go to the website. I got my content creators who I subscribe to. If anything comes out, I'll follow them. I'll get the latest scoops, and then I just go ahead on and do my research and start doing my journalist work as well. And that I can. Now everything, like I said, all my stuff is freestyle, off the head. I don't take time to write things out. So if I have to say it, I'm just gonna say it off. Just go ahead and be strict to the point. It may be a little lip jabbering, sputtering here and there, or I get tongue twisted, etc. You will get that, but other than that, that's what I have basically for my channels. I still be talking about tech. I still be doing my sports. I'm working on a couple of short films. I got the ideas for them, but I gotta go ahead and put that in motion, And then other than that, everything is good. And I want to thank y'all for watching this segment of Q&A, segment 3. And I'll be doing more questions. If y'all want to send me questions, I'll be glad to go ahead and put that on a piece of paper and go ahead and answer y'all questions. don't feel free to ask me. I would love to ask, you know. Just like I said, I'm not copying no one's content. This is my natural. This is what I love to do. So if you want to send me any questions, go ahead and send them. If not, then I'll just come up with basic questions that I think that some of y'all want to hear and what my perspectives are on it. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.